Hello and welcome. Significant investor wealth has been eroded in just the last two trading sessions, that is Friday and today. Now, to decode this further, I have been joined by senior independent market analyst, Ambareesh Baliga. Thank you for joining us on Times Now Digital for this exclusive interaction. I'd like to begin by asking you, is this volatility then entering a deeper correction given the geopolitical uncertainty?
Thanks actually for having me. See, when we are talking of the markets getting deeper in red, I don't think it'll fall too much more from here. Because one, the markets were weaker because of the delay in signing of the US-Iran accord. We still don't know as to whether it'll happen in the next 2 weeks or whether it's going to take a couple of months more. And I think the other issue, which was more India specific, uh, was a reconfirmation that the monsoons this year will be much weaker than what we have seen in the last 11 years. So
Mhm.
I think that's what, in fact, put pressure on the markets on Friday, and that is continuing even today. And the other issue which happened on Friday was the MSCI recast,
Mhm.
because of which there was a lot of action in the last 30 minutes, which led to huge volatility and cutting of stop losses of a number of investors, because of which the markets fell. So even today, I think, I mean, in a way, it was a confirmation or possibly, I mean, a further move in the same direction. So, if you're talking of the next week or 2 weeks, I really don't see too much of adverse news coming as such. In case, I mean, if possible, we may get a positive news in terms of the US-Iran accord, because the way I see it is possibly closer to President Trump's birthday, I think, which is on June 14th. I think the accord should be in place.
Right, we see that hope there, but which sector should investors watch out for then?
I think investors should look at your auto, where I mean the numbers were quite decent. I mean, like the latest numbers which came for May were quite decent, despite the geopolitical issues, despite the energy shock which we had. So
Mhm.
I think the auto space, and especially EV
Mhm.
among the auto space, I think that should continue doing extremely well over the foreseeable future. The other space where we are seeing some action is pharma.
Mhm.
Specialty chemicals, I think, if you look at the latest earnings, I think we should start seeing better earnings going ahead as far as the specialty chemicals is concerned. FMCG, I think, could be a bit affected because, again, because of the sort of monsoons which you're talking of. But in
Mhm.
case the monsoons are better than what has been predicted, I think that could be the other trigger going ahead. So that's
Mhm.
something I think we need to wait and watch, because it'll depend more on the spread than as to when the monsoons hits India. Already, I believe it has started raining in Kerala. We are talking of monsoons hitting on 5th and 6th of June, but some parts of Kerala has already received rainfall.
Right, but for those wondering, look, is this an opportunity to buy, or should we just wait for more clarity that is likely to emerge? What would you say?
No, I mean, after this sort of a fall, which we've seen in the past few days, if you're sitting on cash, I would say you should invest, because there are a couple of triggers which I mean, which I talked about a bit earlier, should happen over the next couple of weeks.
Mhm.
So if you don't invest in this sort of a fall, you'll never invest. You'll keep waiting for lower levels. So I would say at least invest partially at this point of time, and
Mhm.
maybe wait a while longer for clarity and then invest the balance.
Right. Well, as we navigate this geopolitical uncertainty and the unknown, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and for giving your much needed advice, which of course is subject to viewers taking suggestions from their own market advisors. But thank you for
Right.
sharing your thoughts on the broader picture. Thank you.